Okay, so why not? We can continue with the second with the second part of Four Swords. So as we said before, it's they're going to Death Mountain now. Now the first thing that we have to notice is that actually Tingle appears of all people. So he's also a character that is present in this game quite a lot. He is a very interesting character. Definitely, this is very like he's very Japanese. You know, it's so odd. This Tingle is just so odd. I have no idea what they were thinking. Tingle actually points out that he looks just like him because he's dressed the same color. So like if we continue with the story, you know, like it looks like that the purple Link is now on the throne, all happy and well, working together with the Dark Link. So the other links come and you know like they're just hanging out, having fun. It's like yeah, you made a really good choice. And then the other links come and you know they're like come on like why would purple link even work with you like he's so much smarter you're just dragging him down and I think like they sort of the other links sort of just you know this guy gets angry and you know this the green link just sort of thinks about it like like shit he's right. But then they actually they fight. They take him on in a duel, 1v1, and Purple Link not they have a fight between Purple Link and Green Link. It's a pretty epic battle sequence. Now again, like a big limitation here is the fact that there is no color and it's sort of hard to tell them apart. I almost kind of feel like there should be like a little note on them telling us which one is which. It would really help if there was a colored release. That would make it a lot better. He actually steps on his foot. Yeah, and he knocks him out. But it, you know, he knocks him out pretty badly. Look at this. It's pretty. But it actually turned, you know, like Dark Link is all happy, like, oh, you did it, and he's happy that he sees that now they're really working together. But it turns out that Purple Link is actually, he is actually being really smart here, and he's only pretending to work with Dark Link. So and you know he's only pretending to be working with him. I don't know. I got a comment on this part. It's quite interesting. The bad guys are always treated sort of like this 2D empty characters, like they're just evil for the sake of being evil. But it's pretty interesting here. We can actually see them just hang out and having a party, you know, getting wasted on booze and just, you know, hanging out and enjoying their life. It's pretty interesting to see something like that. Like Dark Link is genuinely very happy with having a new friend working with him and they're then you know they start talking and the purple link actually proposes hey we could fight ganon together and so on and so on and dark link is very happy with it but of course purple link is just manipulating him so dark link will actually tell him that he's using this dark mirror which is the source of his power and then of course the purple link will try to destroy it but he will fail unfortunately. Actually tingle will prevent him from doing so so that's quite fascinating. So to not go too much into the story then the other links save him and so forth so on and so on. They work together and they fight on. They fight the dark link and they defeat him or shadow link I suppose and then Link actually has to fight his father in a very epic fight sequence. And then in the end, of course, they face Vati. Now, one thing that I really love that they did with this manga that I find pretty cool is that Dark Link, Shadow Link will actually change sides. They made Vati pretty scary in this one. He's like a really scary monster. He looks a lot cuter in the game when he's animated with those sprites, but here he looks genuinely scary, and it's probably a lot. it's probably pretty close to what they meant him to be like in the game. It's just that in the game pretty they're pretty limited with what they can depict with those cute Game Boy Advance graphics. Yeah, the cool thing is that Shadow Link will actually appear, and he's going to help. Like Zelda's going to talk to him, and she's going to be like, "Come on." Zelda Link will Zelda Link God. Princess Zelda talks to him, and she basically encourages him that he's a Link too. He doesn't have to be evil. So Shadow Link actually decides to work with other Links, but he actually needs to sacrifice himself because he destroys the mirror, and by destroying the mirror, which is the source of Vadi's power, he also destroys himself. And so it's pretty unfortunate. Like it's just it gives I don't know, it adds some drama to the story, and in the end, of course, everything is well. They save Zelda, and then they return the sword. One Link they return the sword back, so all the four links are merged into one. They again become one Link, and then Link and Zelda, in a very romantic ending, holding hand by hand, they walk out. And that's it. Of course, they still have fun in Hyrule from time to time. It can't be too peaceful. Now, the cool thing is that we actually have these bonus mangas at the end. The first one is like it sort of makes fun of the game mechanics. So the four links are going into the amusement park, and because the ticket is quite expensive, is 2,000 yen, then Link gets an idea. He just buys one ticket, and then he uses the L button on the GameCube controller, and this makes all the other links teleport too. There's some other ones featuring Dark Link as well, some humor making fun of him, and the bonus manga also reveals that Tingle was there at the final fight all time. It's just that he was crushed under a force gem, so he was not visible at the time, unfortunately. Now, the final one that I'll mention is it's pretty interesting. So Link returns his sword, but the four links don't disappear, and so one Link is actually extremely he is extremely worried at this moment, while other links are very happy that they didn't disappear, and he does it again and they disappear, and the green Link is actually very happy. It would probably be a big dilemma, so who would be friends with Princess Zelda if it was four of them. And that's it. So at the end, we get this coming up next volume. So it's Minish Cap. This is what we're going to see next time. And we also get a little personal note from Akira Himekawa. So they say that we're still beginners when it comes to skills at video games on Four Swords. We can work together, so we cruise through the difficult parts by leaving them to whichever of us is better at them. Boy, does that feel good, but sometimes we can hold each other's back. It's nice to see that they played through the game. I mean, I suppose that's something that we could expect. We actually have Dark Link in color here. He has purple hair, actually, so that's interesting. Yeah, it really. I know that there has been some other releases of this manga, of this. Like, this pack is pretty cool, but the legendary edition is actually very beautiful. So I would actually probably recommend you to get that one. Hopefully, there's going to be a box set in the future. However, since this one is quite old, you might be able to snag it at a good price. So that's all that I have to tell you. So have fun.